Hello, everyone.
Good morning, Xavier.
Good morning. Good morning. Hey, it was cool that you joined us, Keith, on that Unloose the Goose episode. I felt like it was a really good one.
Well, I tell you what, man, I fell in the hole. You talk about superpowers and everything. I'm fit completely into that whole perspective that you guys are presenting. It's freaking amazing, bro. I mean, really.
Awesome. Well, we are live now on YouTube, and I have not set up my iPad. So please forgive me. Hey, Chauncey.
Hey, what's going on?
Man, so much. It's been a pretty wild week and weekend. I feel like whenever I get sick or something, it's like an upgrade right before takeoff. I tend to get a cold, and then all of a sudden when I come out of it, it's like everything's going like 10,000 miles an hour.
That's interesting. Do you know who Dr. Bradley Campbell is?
I've heard the name.
He's a holistic doctor, and he's killing it on Instagram, just bringing some truth about viruses and stuff. And his analogy is that, you know, viruses, which are basically everywhere, so rampant in our environment, they're actually a communication system for biological beings, and that, like, when you get one and you get sick, it's kind of like getting an upgrade for your iPhone. And sometimes if you haven't had an upgrade in a long time, it can really knock you down, and maybe actually not, your phone might die. So like older generation people, whatever, might not be able to have that upgrade.
Whoa.
But yeah, it's a cool analogy. So that, just thinking of that, you just said that, I'm like, yeah, it could be because basically you come back stronger than you were, and your body has new information. Okay, we're prepared for this other stuff that's in the environment. It's been, you know, excreted by other biological beings telling us what's going on in the environment. So,
did you ever hear about I think it was Rudolf Steiner, and then some predecessors, or not predecessors, people who followed after him, were talking about how electricity, with the advent of electricity and wild spread of, you know, AC/DC power systems and power lines, that's when the Spanish flu happened, right? Because electricity became prevalent, and that there's a connection between these electromagnetic frequencies and our body systems, and that it's actually a degradation of our body systems to be enveloped in not uncontrolled, but I guess uncontrolled electrical systems. Whereas the pyramids were a coherent electrical system, where, like, if you put a living organism in the field of it, they would actually grow stronger.
So
like more of a,
they're like, they're like this. The electronics that we're using now are actually dissonant to our, like, electrical field as biological beings, but there are harmonious ones. Totally. I think there's a doctor who's his whole spiel is about that, and he talks about those exact upgrades of technology and how they coincide with these big outbreaks or whatever. And it's because humans had to, like, they were suffering, it was taking them down, then they had to upgrade after that. You know, they had to actually be able to become more resilient to resist those kinds of fields that are not actually beneficial for us. If you haven't heard of it, there's a thing called biogeometry.
I've heard of it. Yes.
Biogeometry. Check that out on Paul Chek's podcast, Living 4D. If you don't know about Paul Chek, he's also a phenomenal resource for all this kind of stuff, health, wellness.
CHECK?
It's actually CHEK.
EK.
He has an institute called the Chek Institute in San Diego, and he's just an absolute boss and authority on basically anything from science up to spirituality, anything you want.
He looks like a superhero.
Oh my God, he's a boss. He's a huge fan of Steiner, and
makes sense.
And but anyways, the biogeometry episodes are fantastic too. They're just talking about the quality of waves and stuff. It's very interesting. So, like, literally just by changing the shape of something, the design, literally the physical shape, it can change resonance within our physical reality into a more harmonious state. They call it like BG3, and it's basically life force energy type of. It's like, if you think of where ley lines cross and where civilizations have had these hubs that is flourishing, those are places where there's more of that BG3 energy, just like harmonious energy. And so
Yeah, that reminds me of like the meditation we do at the end of this fireside, where we visualize all of the atoms around us structuring themselves like the flower of life and like lining up. You know, I have this little thing that always reminds us, to structure our atoms, and so yeah, it feels that way. Like I know New York City was actually a place that was populated before the last ice age as well. Like wherever there's like life force energy, people tend to gravitate because of the atoms there are more structured and coherent. Electricity moves, our bioelectric field. Well, very cool. So let's get started. We're at 11:05. I think we've got everybody who's coming in. There might be some more stragglers, but we'll begin with the PHIRE pledge that is also on the website at PHIRE.com. Welcome everybody to the Fireside Chat on Monday, May 10th at 11 Eastern Standard Time in 2021. So I pledge my mind to the respectful recognition of the sovereign liberty essential to human dignity. I pledge my hands to the creation and maintenance of communal, cultural, and ecological prosperity. I pledge my eyes to watch over the integrity of truth and justice with the acceptance of natural balance of the diversity and equality. I pledge my heart to the connection that binds all of us throughout creation. And I pledge my whole being with humility and love to the grateful service of all sentient beings and human consciousness. And I will duly act in accordance to the principles derived from such wisdom. So we've had a lot of interesting developments, some of which I will get into, some of which I kind of want to keep as a surprise. We have our launch window approaching very soon for the PHIRE app users to be able to get the token at 25 cents. And that'll be at a quarter of the price that we release it to the public. And we've got a corporate structure that has a footprint all over the globe at this point. And that's for a number of reasons, mostly that we have jurisdictions that are very crypto friendly and crypto coin friendly, let's say, with good regulatory framework that are solid, including Switzerland. I'm going to mute a couple of you just in case. So we're going to be opening up a Swiss foundation, and there's an organization out of Switzerland called the ETA, and their purpose is, as a Swiss nonprofit association, is to further the development and regulatory and legal frameworks for DAOs. And if you don't know what a DAO is, it's a DAO, which is Decentralized Autonomous Organization, which is what PHIRE is intended to be. Insofar as that the governance of it and the use and management of it will be completely decentralized in the manner that Visa came out with a decentralized governance structure and kind of took over the credit card or debit card space, right? There was a fellow that worked for Visa. He was the founder, I think, and his name was D. Hock, and he decentralized the decision-making processes in the company so that there were no bottlenecks, and that everybody who was dealing with whatever they were dealing with were empowered to make the decisions that they needed to for their success in their department or in their region or whatever. And it was unheard of at the time. It was like the early 90s when Visa came about and really took the world by storm. And it was through their decentralized governance. And Switzerland is the most decentralized government in the world. And PHIRE's governance system is based on Swiss governance and the Iroquois Confederacy. Sort of how the United States first started and what their intentions were, if not totally altruistic. They were trying to decentralize the power so that big government was never something that we had to worry about, So now we see the results of what the government can do and what kind of danger it poses to humanity as a whole. So PHIRE's mission is totally in line with the ETA's, and our lawyers are the same, and friends, like I've known them forever, and just beautiful human beings. And I always love, as a slight aside, getting to know people and getting to know your personal story and what challenges you might be facing, and like helping to be a cheerleader for people in their own personal growth and discovery, like becoming the best versions of themselves. I like to be there for that, right? And so that's my friend Gordon, and he has a great podcast every Wednesday called Crypto Wednesdays. If you haven't heard of it, check it out. His name's Gordon Einstein, and he's one of Forbes' top 20 crypto lawyers in the world. Just an all-around amazing human being. So we're working something out with them that would be super, super incredible for PHIRE and the whole community, in terms of also getting us in the discussion at the very top levels of why DAOs are important, why decentralized autonomous organizations are important, what it means for humanity, and how to structure them properly so that they become true tools of human self-determination, collective self-determination, rather than a totalitarian sort of, do what we say or you don't get social credit or get to ride the trains or whatever. So that was a really interesting conversation. And then we've had a couple conversations with some well-known personalities on some big networks, who are blockchain people sort of in the public sphere. And they're very, very excited about this project and want to be involved. And we're looking at some C-level executives that will come in as operations. Because I'm really like the cheerleader guy. I'm like, I can communicate well, kind of enliven people and spark that fire within them. Like, this is why it's important, and sort of get everybody on the playground playing the same game. But day-to-day operations and scheduling and all of these things, like, I want to be able to have somebody that I trust. And so we've got a lot of people coming to line up for that role, right? Or those roles, I should say. So everything's kind of congealing and coming together, and we're kind of like in this couple week period where things are going to start moving really quick. We have some big personalities that want to be spokespeople for the whole movement, and not like spokespeople as in they represent the movement, but get the word out, right? They come on board and they wear a PHIRE t-shirt at a big, boxing match or something, right? And so we have a couple of those. There have been a couple people that I invited from the blockchain community, influencers, TikTokers, Instagrammers, YouTubers, into this chat, and I haven't looked through the list enough to know if they're here or not, but they will be coming in some of the near future fireside chats, and we're going to start building out the marketing hype mechanism, because there was a bunch of videos that I watched recently, and they're like, some of these blockchainers are basically like, it's all these hype coins have like the best marketing and no real value proposition, and all the corporations that are doing some real good work in furthering the blockchain world are totally underrated and nobody knows about them because they don't market or whatever. So we're going to try to find that balance, because we have a very, very important mission and use case that's vital to human civilization as I see it. And then also, just like the cool factor, like, wow, this is where it's at. All these people are free thinkers, they're impassioned, they're taking ownership and leadership in their own lives, and that's what we really, really stand for. So we're going to straddle those two. We're going to have some more videos coming out. I've been doing some work, getting some work done on the website so that we can build out the membership only or password protected information for the PHIRE token. That's why you haven't seen anything yet. I've been putting on the Telegram some of the videos on how to get MetaMask, how to use MetaMask, how to attach it to the Binance Smart Chain, so on and so forth, where you're going to need to be if you're going to be taking part in the decentralized coin listings. And with that, I believe that's everything. I'm supposed to meet some really big, I had a really great meeting with an individual who put me on the phone with like 5 famous people, like one after the other. Like, he was basically like, this guy is one of the original blockchain guys. He knows everybody and everything. Talk to my man. And so he put me on the phone and I'm like, all right, who's this? Oh, hi, Dennis Rodman. Oh, hi, everybody else. I'm not going to go through all the names. And basically telling them like where I see the market, what's going on. And it was a really good position to be in, because I have a lot of knowledge and perspective on the whole industry from the get, that is really valuable to these folks. And they're talking about what coins to get and this and that. And there's a really good chance that that whole squad plus like, and here's where I'm horrible, right? I don't remember the name of the record label. Although it's one big famous record label where all these big artists are on, they're like, we want in. And not only do we want in, but we want you to make all of our coins for all of our artists and stuff. So I'm like, hell yeah, let's roll. Let's go, And so it was a very exciting series of conversations and meetings. So just a lot of really great updates. We're going to launch, like I said, the announcement for the PHIRE token sale exclusively on the app. So I'm going to be starting to do some like emergency broadcast system tests on the app. sending out notifications and stuff, direct messages to everybody. And that'll be the way we communicate what's going on with the token sale. If people have questions, we don't have a huge IT team behind that. Our devs are doing other things. So with the PHIRE sale, like if anybody here is very familiar with token sales, has a lot of IT experience on DEXs, decentralized exchanges, like please DM me. Let's see if we can get you papered up and, you know, have a support team for everybody who wants to come in and has questions, because there's going to be tons, right? I know even when I was first learning to use the DEX, and I'm an experienced blockchainer, like I was like, oh, how do I do this? I had to go look up videos and everything. So it would be awesome if we had a couple of us here who were experienced enough that we could help field some questions as they come in during that launch week. Because I think we'll do like 25 cents on the app to our people, and then 50 cents a limited exposure kind of you know, quiet launch, soft launch, and then do like a full media hype at $1. So any questions? I can just get rambling sometimes. I get so excited.
Is that going to be just on Binance chain, you said, to begin with?
To begin with, yes. We have a Ethereum version, and we may very shortly have a Stellar version. We're in talks with our team internally and our advisors about what that looks like, if it's even worth doing, or if it's going to create a lot of confusion in the market. We have the opportunity to launch a number of coins on a number of chains, but internally we're still deciding which chain. Right now we're on Binance, where we're landing. We're still waiting for confirmation from BSC Scan, and then we are looking at potentially like Stellar, and maybe doing a couple versions like PHIRE 1, PHIRE 2, PHIRE 3, different purposes. So that's sort of like some of the discussions that we're having internally around all of that. But yes, it'll be on Binance, so you'll be using Pancake Swap.
Okay, 10-4. Thank you. I was just checking because I've been waiting on Binance to authorize, like, verify identity and stuff, and apparently there's a big hang up on that. Binance.us, it's like weeks waiting, but if we can get on Pancake Swap, then we can probably get it done.
Yeah, in fact, you can get BNB coin, which is what you will need. You can get BNB tokens on CoinX or KuCoin.
I think you can get it on Coinbase now too.
You can get BNB on Coinbase?
Either that or crypto.com. Those are the two that have been my main ones, right? Recently.
Yeah. So there are some other exchanges where they have, let's see. I think it's CoinX that has BNB. Maybe I just don't have any in my wallet right there. Yeah, you can get CoinX. You can get BNB on CoinX, and it's at $659 a coin, which is cool. And then CoinX has its own coin too. And once they make a decentralized exchange, which I think they're working on, their coin will probably rocket. So yeah, it's going to be on the Binance chain, and the steps there for all of you who want to know. It'll be, you know, you get your coins at Coinbase or wherever you normally get your coins, coinbase or crypto.com. And then you take those coins and you'd go to one of these exchanges, KuCoin, or if Coinbase has it, and trade it for BNB. And then you open up your MetaMask wallet, and there's a step there that you have to attach the Binance Smart Chain, your MetaMask wallet, to the Binance Smart Chain. And that's a little bit techie, but we'll have a video up for that on how to do it. And then once that happens, you'll have a Ether wallet, and then you'll have a Binance wallet. They have a number of different chains that they operate with, but you'll make sure that you send your BNB to the Binance chain wallet, and then you'll be able to go to Pancake Swap. So I'm going to do like a walkthrough video screen recording and kind of just walk people through the process and put that up on PHIRE.com in the members area, or the app users area, right? David, and actually Angelina has a question. Go ahead.
Hey, X, it's actually Jeffrey.
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
All right, well, I've been on our land for about 2 weeks. We're getting real close to moving over here.
Very cool.
So I wanted to ask you about like what's the supply going to look like for the PHIRE token? And like, is it a one-time release, or like, how is the supply going to be managed?
I just solved my query. All right, so we have 200 million PHIRE tokens on the Binance chain, right? And of that, I would say maybe 30 to 50 million are spoken for in terms of team, distribution, and prior investors. Okay, and then we're going to sell as much as we can of the rest. You know, we're not going to try to hold on. We'll probably hold on to a percentage, but not a great deal, because now I just realized. Thank you to your question. You know, this dialogue we've been having internally about what. So I got the Ethereum, the ERC20 PHIRE token minted just to own it, so that nobody could make any fake copies, right? And then did the Binance one, and we're doing that also with the Stellar network. Have no plans for those, right? But based upon your question, it makes me think, oh, if we need to do another, you know, raise at some point down the line, which I don't foresee, but at least we have those options and it won't dilute the other ones, right? So we cannot mint anymore. There will only ever be 200 million. And the function of them will be, so what's exciting about PHIRE to me is that Ethereum launched the Ether token and then created ERC20, and everybody could just make ERC20 tokens, right? If you knew some coding. But they did not require or code that any of those ERC20 tokens would have to give the Ethereum Foundation a percentage, right? So it's basically like all these ERC20 tokens started going, and if you're lucky, you get a part of them, or you're clued in and you take part in their launch or whatever. With PHIRE, any of the new coins that we create, and we've got a list of about 15 now, clients, licenses, some which we've already sold, some which are in the sales process, and some which were planned from the very beginning. If you're a PHIRE token holder of these Binance tokens, or these Binance Smart Chain tokens, these BEP20 tokens, we will airdrop all of the new coins that we make for our clients. We will take a percentage of those, split them up amongst all of the PHIRE tokens, and airdrop them direct. So you'll have PHIRE tokens, and then all of a sudden the next day you'll have, you know, Earth credits or General Flynn tokens or whomever we have as clients, or, you know, famous musician X, you know, tokens. So it's like getting in on all of those new tokens before anybody else does, because you're part of this network. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah. And so the way that we're going to be able to buy it initially is by using BNB.
Correct. Yeah.
Cool. I have another question, but it's unrelated, so maybe I'll save it for later.
Well, I am actually going up to North Carolina this summer, and we might become part of a very big tour this summer, which would just be like God amazing. But I'm going to be going up there and getting the property ready. We've got a couple people who are in our community, in our network here, who want to go there and start, you know, fixing up some of the spots and kind of fix up the place. So that should be happening this summer. Was your question around like properties and stuff?
The question is about wind power.
Oh, cool. Yeah, what is it? Go ahead.
Well, so you'd mentioned before, we're trying to do like wind and solar kind of as a dual system. We got plenty of wind up where we're at.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't sure how we're going to be moving on that, because we want to have that probably by this winter, so that we have a solution other than just running a generator, basically.
So my roadmap plan, if everything goes well, is to complete this round, get the app built and out in the market by September, like completely decentralize our own version of a MetaMask, essentially. PHIRE will be like operating like that for a period of time. And then with interchangeability with some of these other chains as well, which I'm excited about. But then go from there to getting the phone to market. If we reach our $10 million goal, we've got the app and the phone squared away, right? And the phone will be in the market for Thanksgiving, hopefully. And then if we go above and beyond that, then we get the building materials. We buy, you know, one of these wind generator battery systems. And then when we do that, we'll be able to put in orders for the wind. Like we might just buy a whole bunch and have them in stock and just turn around and resell. And if that's the case, we'll be able to give you an individual order for 1 or 2 or 5 or whatever your goals are there. Otherwise, I wouldn't count on us yet, is what I'm saying. This is on the roadmap and we will eventually be doing it, but to hit your timetables, be looking for solutions. If I can help individually as a provider for those techs, like let's have a conversation about that. Shoot me a DM and we'll figure out the details.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good. DM on Telegram.
Yes, please. Or
okay,
you
cool.
can email me at Xavier@PHIRE, whatever you prefer. I'm just horrible with email.
All right, I'll try the Telegram thing. I'll install that.
Oh, if you have to install it, I mean, I'm also on WhatsApp. What's your best way?
I've got it, Xavier. I've got it on. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it.
Hi, Angelina. Okay, cool. So we've got a question in the chat that is from, looks like David. He says, will we have staking? Yes, but that's going to take some doing. Okay. We're in communication with a couple different organizations who do staking and who do liquidity providing and all of that. So we're working on that. I don't have a definitive answer on that. Yes. Would I like it? Yes. Will I be able to do all of this MetaMask swapping from my iPhone 12? Yes. You can do it from your iPhone 12 at the Sam Lamb. Will you post on the app when you are going to be working in NC? Could you use another set of hands? For sure, Brian. Also, just DM me on Telegram if you're there, and we'll coordinate that. We've got Ethan, who's part of this community, and another friend named Dylan. All of us have known each other for a while, and I think we're gonna, like, they might just live there for a period while working and rent-free, and then I'll help them kind of get their situation started, and we'll start building the tiny houses there and get that property, which all of that is going to start taking place irrespective of what's going on with PHIRE. Like, one is not dependent upon the other. We're going to get things moving over there. I would like, so let's see, anybody else have any questions? Sage, you're unmuted. Did you want to ask a question?
No, sir. I'm just trying to get settled here. I'm sorry.
No worries. Thanks. Okay, Keith.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. My name's Keith. I'm really interested in this other thing that's totally unrelated to PHIRE. I've heard you mention superpowers and things like that. And, you know, I say my career has been plentiful. I mean, I feel like that's where I should be in an environment like that. You know, the IT experience, I'm licensed to pasteurize dairy. I've embraced gardening. I'm a do kind of guy, you know, you just get it done, you know, and that's exciting to me, on top of the other aspect of PHIRE and the whole mission that it presents. So like, I'm ready to go to North Carolina right now because I'm in California and I ain't got, well, you know what's happening in California.
Yeah.
Anyways, just wanted to make that statement. It's embracing the whole aspect that you guys have. It's really a beautiful thing.
What I'm really excited about too is, like, once the app is in play and once we are able to replicate the structure at smaller levels, we can go to communities that already exist that might need like a kick in the nuts or jolt, you know, and give them their own currency, their own governance system, and system that they can make decisions together within their community and kind of not revitalize, but vitalize them, you know, give them a big jolt of life force, fire, right? And so that hopefully we'll see a bunch of PHIRE communities, or communities powered by PHIRE, however one wants to structure it or call it, and then be able to replicate that rather quickly. Give them courses on, like, here's how we suggest governance, here's how we suggest decision making, and how you can use it too, and then here are the tools, go succeed, you know, and however we can support, you know, get everybody onboarded as members and start using the private economy and this and that. So I'm really excited about that. I think that that's going to be like a 2022, 23 sort of time period. This 21 is really about, let's establish it, get it landed, ground the frequency, and then grow, establish ourselves with strength and vitality, get the right governance and regulatory frameworks in place, and then expand, right? So it won't just be NC is basically what I'm getting at. Would anybody else like to ask any questions? I see some new names: Evincio Gomez, Kaylee. You see Peter. I think you've introduced yourself before. You've been on some of these calls, but those are the two names that stick out brand new to me.
No questions. Just excited to be here.
Oh yeah. Hey. Hi, Kaylee.
Hello. Hello. Found you through Bernard Gunther and David Whitehead. So
yeah, those were some of my favorite interviews. I got sad when David's whole like library was removed. He got kicked off of YouTube.
yep, but he found better options. So
Good. Where is he at now? Is he on DLive?
He's sometimes on DLive, but Rockfin is his new like main streaming service. Rockfin, ROKFIN. And yeah, they are pretty rad. They've got a lot of cool stuff, and they don't censor stuff. Hey?
Are they blockchain based?
That is a good question. I'm not sure.
Rockfin looks cool. Matt Scouts. It looks like a mix between YouTube and TikTok.
Yeah, kinda. And they allow people to have like some free content up, and then a paywall for premium stuff.
Oh, cool.
And,
I see a lot of wrestling stuff on there.
Yeah, it's only like $10 a month, and you get access to everybody's premium stuff. So it's pretty sweet.
Free thinking media, comedy, MMA. I'm a big fan of Odyssey, and the network there is growing. More people are using it, so that's good. And you can monetize your stuff without having a paywall through crypto. Very cool. Well, thanks, Kaylee. Where are you living? Where, like, what?
I live in Alberta, Canada.
Oh wow, what's it like in Canada right now?
Well, it snowed yesterday.
Yeah.
Where I am, so there's still some snow on the ground. They just arrested a couple of people that have been fighting for freedom the other day, so that's pretty sad.
Are you guys still on like house arrest?
Pretty much, yep. It's like rolling house arrest. Some places are like, hey, you can have some of your freedoms back, and other places are like, don't go outside. So
Oh man, it's crazy. As your southern neighbors, it's been crazy to watch this slow descent into tyranny. I did a TikTok with this fella named Dalen K, who has like Angry Canadian, Drunken Canadian News or something on TikTok.
Oh, the Angry Canadian. Yep, I know that guy.
Yeah. Did you see the one we did recently where like I interviewed him and like we started yelling at each other, and then at the end we're both like, I'm sorry.
I actually missed that, but that sounds hilarious.
It was it was hilarious. So yeah, he was telling me it's gotten really bad up there. Well, hopefully we can get this train turned around before it's too late.
I would really like to see that. So happy to be here to facilitate that in any way I can.
Awesome. Appreciate you so much for showing up and sharing your time with us, Kaylee.
Yeah, I'm happy that I could make it finally. So
awesome. Sage, I see you put your hand up. Did you mean to?
Yes, I did this time. I did have a heart sink whenever you said that the token was going to be available on Binance only. They're not doing business in Texas. Is there a workaround on that?
Yes, so it's not on Binance, the centralized exchange. And there's some issues with Binance as a company because Germany's cracking down on them, their version of the SEC. And please let me know if my bird's annoying. Hold on one second. All right. Can't have you pooping on my jacket though. Sorry about that. So Binance as a company, as a centralized exchange, is having some issues, which makes me kind of like a little hesitant, but not really, because what we're talking about is not Binance Exchange. What we're talking about is the decentralized exchange, which has no central servers or is not controlled by any corporation. It's a blockchain that was built by the Binance team to operate as a alternative to the Ethereum heavy gas prices, slow moving nature of the Ethereum chain. So their decentralized exchange is really just a set of smart contracts. And then these really clever young folks built PancakeSwap, which is a decentralized actual exchange where you can go, it's pancakeswap.exchange, I think is what it's called, where you can go and do your trading there with any Binance chain compatible coins.
Beautiful. So the exchange that I need to get set up with would be probably Pancake.
Correct. And you don't need to actually, quote unquote, get set up with them. You just have to have your MetaMask wallet enabled for Binance contracts or Binance coins, BEP coins, and then go to PancakeSwap. And it looks like, I do not want to eat you, but I will. So that's what PancakeSwap looks like.
Okay.
Right.
I do have my MetaMask set up, so I just need to put in a marker for my Pancake.
Yeah. So when you go to so up at the top in MetaMask, and I'll make a video of this, or there are some that are available. You go here to Wallet. Oops. And then at the top here, you see how it says BSC mainnet?
Yes.
You can have various wallets on there. And if you can see here,
right,
there's like the Ethereum mainnet, Gobekli mainnet, or whatever, and then you have to manually enter the BSC mainnet. And there's explainer videos out there already on how to enable BSC wallets in your MetaMask. And you can add a variety kind of wallets because MetaMask is like chain agnostic, and you can do it on, as you saw, there was one for Matic Network or Polygon. So it'll operate with a variety of chains and host wallets and host coins for those variety of chains. So what you'd need to do is figure out how to get Binance chain on your MetaMask wallet instead of just the Ethereum mainnet. And then you get your tokens there and deliver them to those addresses from wherever your tokens are now. And you're going to need, again, BNB, and send that to your wallet in MetaMask. That's the Binance wallet or the BSC.
Homework. Cool.
Homework. Yep. Okay. So it's pancakeswap.finance. Thanks, David. Awesome. Does that answer the question?
Yes, it did.
Cool. I want to give, I saw Mr. Evencio, I'm assuming it's a he. I wanted to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself, and then I'll go to the questions for Peter and Angelina or Jeffrey.
Hey, how are you, Xavier? Hello, everyone. I'm Evencio. I live over here in Florida.
Oh, cool. Whereabouts?
Port St. Lucie.
Ah, yeah. So you're about like an hour north of me, I think. I'm in Delray.
Oh, okay. So maybe we can meet together and have a cup of coffee.
I would love that. Yeah. In fact, I think I'm overdue for a cup of coffee with Jordan. Jordan's nearby as well. Maybe we can all meet together.
Okay, that sounds good.
Sounds great.
No, I just start following you on your channel and looking at the news, and I really enjoy those and understanding all this about crypto and all that. So that's why I'm here.
Well, excellent. This is more than just a simple crypto. I don't know if you caught the part where I was saying, it'll be like a coin faucet where all of our new coins that we make, PHIRE token holders will get airdropped to them automatically. But it's really about personal empowerment, self-empowerment, being able to have a governance and architecture that we can work together around the globe to make decisions and have money to execute those decisions. So the basic premise is that we process your transactions for you. You get a PHIRE on card, et cetera, and so forth, and you spend them wherever you normally spend your money. And you can have a wallet full of different cryptos and choose which one you want to use and or trade into our transactional currency called Earth credits. And we process the transactions, pay Starbucks on your behalf, and then they get lower rates, lower vendor fee rates, transaction fee rates. But we put that all into a pool, and then we vote together on initiatives that member owners create, or we decide how to use those profits. Do we want to buy assets and back our currency or company with them? Do we want to invest you know, with some people who are in the network who are really good at trading. You know, do we want to hire a lawyer, go after a class action lawsuit against Monsanto or something? Like, it gives us the ability to organize as a people and make decisions together. So it's really powerful in that regard for the future of humanity, in my opinion.
Wow, wow, that's really exciting. I really enjoy it, and I like to, you know, I'm liking it to be part of your whole community over here, and I'm, you know, I got the Telegram and the app, and just little by little understanding everything.
Very cool. How'd you find out about us?
Just I think it was TikTok that I started.
Baseline? Yeah. Sweet. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome. Well, thanks for spending your time with us, Avencio. I'm glad for you to be here and learn some of the cool things we got going on.
No, thank you so much, Xavier. And definitely, I'm going to send you a chat, and you know, and we can meet together.
Let's do it.
I travel all over the states, and I'm a regional manager. So
oh yeah,
I go all over the
manager
place.
For what? And what's your superpower?
It's a you know, for the collision industry, and the company is out of Canada. So
air conditioning?
No, but collision
industry. Oh, got you. Yeah. All right. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks, Avencio. Peter.
Thank you.
You got your hand raised?
Yeah. How you doing, boss? You all right, brother?
Yo, bro.
For the UK.
No shit. Whereabouts?
I'm based near Gatwick, so I'm basically between London and Brighton.
Yep.
So that's where I'm at. Yeah, that's all good, man. We're good to see you, because I sent you something, but I know you hate email, but I did send you an email. So I don't know if you saw that, what I sent. Let me just check what I sent.
Like a couple days ago.
Yeah, it was in relation to, I was on a call, I was on a wealth something called the wealth training company.
Yes,
and,
yeah.
And the global give thing. Was that any good to you? I don't know.
Yeah, the global charity conference. Yeah. Launched May 1st. Yeah, no, I didn't actually go through the whole deck, but it looks like a very similar approach to what we're talking about, right? Yeah. Where collectively working together and doing good as a body populace, right? And hopefully not having to change our purchasing behaviors or basically any of our behaviors, just using a new app to do it, right? And are you a part of their organization?
Well, I'm being on a wealth training company, which is basically to do with stocks and shares and looking at ways to do trading and stuff like that. So they did a special on this because it's guys, old friends in finance that have set this up, and they started on the beginning of May. So he's obviously giving them a bit of a push. He's buying loads of coins. Yeah. Because they saw his criteria of actually being able to give back, you know, making sure you know who the owners are. The guys behind it got, you know, they lost a lot of money. You know, people came in and took their money, a bit like what you said in the last call. A lot of people out there, you have to be very, very careful.
Yeah.
And so he said, you know, he's trying to push it out there. But I thought in relation to what PHIRE are doing, the whole kind of strategy, you know, the fire and phone and all the rest of it, it just seemed to be good to know what good's being done out there rather than the stuff that's going bad, you know.
100%. They look like, from what I'm seeing right now, they look very similar to our approach. And they've got a lot of really cool pictures for what the app looks like and like some instruction on how to do that. It looks like very in alignment with us, and I would love to communicate with them and see if there's some synergies where we can help them or vice versa. We're partnering up with a variety of different organizations who have the same sort of mission, and then who are also various providers. Like one of the strategic relationships we're developing is with a banking system that has a card payment system that uses crypto already and totally would white label and give us part of the function that we need, at least in the beginning. So if they're in the same sort of space, like there's no reason for us to become competitors. There's ways that we can all partner and benefit each other. So if you're connected with them, and I'm sorry, again, like I said, I'm horrible at emails, but happy to engage you and them if you want to set up a meeting or something like that. Give me some times and I'll.
Okay, so let me see what I can do. I'll try, because I've already got them on my Telegram as well, so I can see if I can view their Telegram. You get to kind of just speak to each other and see what can work really, because there might be some modeling there. There may be some modeling between you, and I think you're stronger together because people, it's not, I know it's a bit like the Wild West out there with lots of different coins and stuff, but if you can form an alliance of people that are doing the right things for the right reasons, then everybody wins, right? Because that's the abundance mind.
I mean, at the very least, like we can interoperate our coins and like, you know, we'll have our own exchange as well. And like happy to give them listing there, you know, and they do the same for us or whatever. Interoperability, and maybe they need a governance, you know, a social media side where that's where we really live. That's our strength, is the governance and decision making together. So there could be some real good synergies there.
Because they're doing 22-hour days, they're just completely fried. You know, such a small team, but they've got very specific teams from around the world with very specific people they've handpicked. So they've been very close knit, as you have to, as you know yourself. So I don't know what would be worth. I don't know if you've got something you would share with me on Telegram or via my email or whatever. I did send you an email to your Gmail account, but I don't know what works for you because obviously you said you're horrible at email. Well, how would be the best way of introducing you?
Telegram would, and also I'm happy to give you my phone number. In fact, I'm looking at everybody in here and I recognize pretty much everyone. So I'm happy to share my phone number with everyone. And you can reach me there. Oh, you have to do +1 since I'm in the United States.
Yeah, what do I need to do to be able to call you? Because they're in the UK as well, right? So I need to know what the code is.
Telegram, WhatsApp. I'm super responsive with text.
Okay. So what's the best way to text you?
Yep, Telegram or direct line to my cell phone. I don't know what international texting rates are, but if you can do that, that's the best.
Okay, cool. And you got that in the chat, right? You just put that.
Yep, in the Zoom chat.
All right, cool. Let me have a look at that. But it'd be good to see what, you know, a lot of guys seem to be in the States, but it'd be good to see how I could help you guys in the UK, because obviously in terms of my background in music and a lot of stuff that I do as a journalist and, you know, business developer, I just really want to support and get to know about crypto because I'm very new to this. I don't know. I don't want people kind of losing the money that I've got or any, you know, there's a lot of pitfalls right now. It's a bit like a Wild West jungle, right? So I need
but it's
some kind of guidance at the moment, you know?
Yeah. I don't give financial advice, but I say what I do. And what I do is I find the top 10 coins and I diversify my portfolio amongst them. And then when I see like scam coins or hype coins, I go in and I put a couple $100, you know, why not? And then ride it. And some of them I actually just sit on and I don't really care. I just sort of collect and I don't try to day trade. I've got a guy who does that. I just sit and hold them, you know, because if you try to time yourself to the market every day, it's like, it's a lot of work, right? But if you just can buy and hold, then, and once it gets up to past what you invested, then you take out your initial investment and then put that into something else. And then, you know, just keep rolling. So like you make $10,000 on one and then you take out your initial $100 and then move that into another one and kind of do the same thing over and over again.
Okay, sounds cool, man. So let me get your number from that. I know you got a lot of people on the call that want to come through as well. So I'm going to kind of duck out right now. But
well, thanks, Peter.
Keep me in the loop. Is there anything in the UK I can do, whether it's kind of just getting the word out there? If you want me a cheerleader in the UK, then let me know.
We have some members, FIRE members, who are actually out there now. So let's see if we can get you connected in the Telegram chat and the FIRE chat. You know, if you're doing stuff in music and all of this, there's a woman out there named Natalie Rich, and we should get you guys chatting. Maybe she can interview you or something.
Okay, cool. No worries, man. Sounds good. Sounds good.
But,
okay.
All right, Angelina and Jeff, did you have another question? Otherwise, we'll go to
Nat. Yeah, it's along the same. It's along the same lines as the question on wind power. I was just wondering how you're coming on that building material and what the availability of that's going to look like.
So when I give out the deck, the FIRE deck, it includes the building material and the wind power. The problem there is that people say, oh, look, they're trying to do all these things. They're not going to do anything, right? So we've kind of, even though they're still on the deck, we're staying focused and saying, we need this much for the app and then this much for the phone. And if we get that much, then the phone pays for the whole party. So like what I'm going to do on the website is put the roadmap. If we reach this much, we get this done. If we reach this much, we get this and this done. Kind of like on Kickstarter, it's like, if you hit your goals, this is what we're going to do. So we're going to do that. And if we make enough to do the app and the phone, then we go on to the building materials, because the phone and the building materials are revenue generators right out of the gate. So we'll have those target numbers, and we'll have like dates by which those will accomplish if we hit those target numbers. But just getting the phone done would pay for the whole party. So, and as soon as we get the phone contracts, we can immediately move on the building material. So I happen to see all of these things really getting kicked off this year before fall, or right into fall. And if we have
Brad, that sounds cool.
Yeah, and if we have the manufacturing plant in North Carolina for the building materials, like, we can service you within a couple weeks.
Where's the roadmap at again? Is it on the app?
It's on a napkin in my kitchen, but it will be on the website.
Can we get a screenshot? I want to screenshot.
It will be on the website, really looking nice. I'm actually going to be putting all of those into PDFs and stuff, and getting imagery and PNGs of all of that, hopefully within the next 2 days. And my goal, don't hold me to it, is that we announce the password on the app and announce the coin ready, hopefully Friday. We might have to go to next week, but my goal is this week. Turn the napkin into an NFT. That's a good idea. I love that. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. I saw Naya, you had your hand up. Did you want to ask something, or were you?
Hello, this is Nia, and it was actually for Peter. I know it's not, again, a financial advice. However, other than holding, I really found it good opportunity. It is a bot, and I have been using these bots for a while, and I made a really nice profit. That's why I just wanted to talk about, like, its name is BitsGap. I'm using BitsGap. You can use it
in the chat.
Yeah, I will put it in the chat. You can use it for 2 weeks as a trial, and then you can decide if you want to keep on using or not. It brings 1% daily in average, but if you put effort, like, you can get like 2% maybe, and I think it's very useful.
You said it does 1%.
Yeah, depending on your settings, you do your settings, and in average, it is very doable. Like 1% daily is very, like, you can make it. But however, if you catch good coins, then like sometimes it makes 7, 8, 9, but at least 1% you can do it. Yeah.
So for those of you who do not know what Nia is talking about, there are trading bots that are, Keith, this might be good for you. There are trading bots that you can get and put as APIs into your exchanges, or I don't know if there are trading bots yet for like PancakeSwap and some of these DEXs, but there are trading bots for centralized exchanges. Like KuCoin, I know, has a set of bots. And when I first started, I was like, well, F it, let's just try it, right? So I picked 2 trading pairs, 2 coins, and I stuck them in there, and I set my parameters, and I just let it go. I just stopped looking at it. And then after like 2 months, I looked back and I'd done like 1100%, right? And it wasn't much to start with, because I haven't been comfortable with bots for a long time, but it made me feel very comfortable afterwards, because it's like, if you kind of just set it and forget it, in my experience, and it could go the opposite way, but it went really well. Again, it didn't mount to much in terms of like hard capital, but a couple $100, whatever, is helpful. So Nia, you're going to enter into the Zoom group chat, the BitsGap. And there are some other ones out there. I don't remember their names because I've just been really quite busy and just not had the time to. But AI trading bots can work out really good. David just put in another one saying Stoic. I've heard of that one as well. So that's great. Thanks, Nia. I'm going to open it up for last 2 questions or comments, if anybody has. Otherwise, we'll get into the meditation. Oh, and we have some well-known influencers, I guess, going to be joining us on some of the calls coming up here in the next couple weeks. Famous Bitcoiners or TikTokers or whatever that want to get to know our community, and will be repping us actually out there in the public. So David asks, what is roadmap for listing on other exchanges? So just because a coin is on an exchange doesn't mean it's a good one. It tends to help them being on an exchange. But there's a cost, right? So it's like maybe around $20,000 for a not well-known, not great exchange. Can go upwards to like 2 million if you're trying to get on Coinbase. And while they put a lot of due diligence into it, it's really just down to the money. So yes is the short answer. We will be going on some variety of exchanges. Personally, the ones I enjoy using to start with, although there is one called Mandala that was just started up, and they're based out of Wyoming. Good set of dudes. Met them at the conference and just had an instant bond. And you know, I think that could be a good exchange. But I definitely want to get on like CoinX and KuCoin to begin with. So those are of the centralized exchanges. To be honest, I'm not even super like. I'm not even like, oh, I want to get on Coinbase. Like, I honestly don't really care in that regard. Like, it would be great, but I want us, again, like what some of our first fireside chats, like we've been in this plateau growth phase where like we launch, we do this, we've got a great presence, you know, community's building, but I don't want to tell everybody about the app yet because I'm not stoked about how it is. So we want to get kind of the ball rolling and get to a certain level of operations, and like this whole Swiss Foundation and this raise here, this launch, you know, these will help us get to the next plateaus where we'll consolidate, kind of like the coin prices, right? It rises really rapidly and then consolidates, and then rises again and consolidates. That's sort of like, it's not surprising that we're following that same sort of growth pattern. And yes, Alliston, we are going to need labor in NC. Last question. Anybody else? Going once, going twice. We don't want to be one of those CNOs, coins in name only. No, we want to market like one of them. We want to market like a hype coin, like a scam coin, like a shit coin, but we have actual real value behind it. So that's the exciting part. It's like under promise and over deliver, which I'm not the greatest at, because I'm like, we're going to do all these amazing things, and we will. I will get around to them. But it's step by step, one step in front of the other. It's just, we need the inspiration. I need the inspiration to know, you know, this is where we're headed. All right. That being the case, we're gonna, unless anybody has like a last minute, we're gonna go ahead and do the meditation. So thank you all for joining us on this fireside chat on Monday, May 10th, 2021. And the meditation, for those who haven't been here before, we'll go through a relaxation visualization with a warm, glowing light filling up our body, starting at the top and kind of radiating downwards to our hearts and all the way to our toes. Then we'll do 4 breaths with intention, where we breathe in energy and then visualize it spiraling up our spinal column. Bye, Brian. Spiraling up our spinal column, infusing our body with earth energy, electromagnetic, piezoelectric life force, Vril or Kundalini or Ki. And then we'll pause and hold it, becoming still, deepening our stillness, visualizing a water fountain, a spiraling water fountain of light electrical energy, coating our electromagnetic field like our torus field, and structuring the air molecules around us to be more enlivened with the electromagnetic piezoelectric Ki life force that flows through us, so that we become more magnetic, magnetize the desired future, the desired outcomes that we wish to see to us, rather than going after them, magnetize and structure ourselves for that success. And then we will go into a visualization where we increase our perspective and magnification so that we explore every layer of this density to the next layer of density and become fully aware of how much power we have within each one of our cells and in each one of our atoms. And then we'll close it. All right. All right, don't eat my ears, okay? We're gonna meditate now. So if you find yourself in a relaxed seated position or lying down, turn off your phones, silence them so you're not disturbed. If you have a few moments, that'll be maybe 15 minutes. We're just gonna become fully present and aware of this moment and our place in this moment at this time. Find yourself in a seated position or lying down. And just let go of any of the tension, concerns, fears, consternations that you've had leading up to this moment. From the weekend or the past week, put your to-do list down and just take a moment to be here, fully grateful for the opportunity to be alive, fully present in the moment, slowing our thoughts, releasing any tension, allowing any of our stresses to just melt off of us, like coconut oil melting off of a warm light or wax dripping down a candle, so that any of your fears or concerns just melt and form a pool below you, so that you are above your stresses, you are above your concerns. And we're going to picture a warm rose gold light shining down on us from the heavens. And as it touches the crown of your head, through the crown chakra opening, allowing this light to pour into your skull and into your vessel. Imagine it slowly, warmly lighting up your being, starting from the top of your brain and skull, slowly enveloping your brain, releasing any tension from your forehead, wherever this warm light touches and fills, just a deepening warmth, structuring of atomic cells, and relaxation. Allow your brain to slow down, the neurons, firings, to slow into a consistent rhythm of peace. And as the rose gold light continues, fills down below your eyes and your third eye, opening up the center there for true sight, being able to perceive reality with the true lens of the soul's perspective. Releasing any tension from your eyebrows and your ears. The light continues down, covering your nose and your ears, releasing any tension out of your cheeks, relaxing your jaw, filling your entire skull from the top of your head to your chin. Warm, coherent, structured light. As the light continues down through your neck to the throat energy center of truth, releasing any tension in the back of your neck, allowing your spirit to speak its truth straightforwardly, calmly, with dignity and compassion. The light continues south, covers your shoulders, your neck muscles, your clavicle and your back, your upper back. Just release all tension. With each breath deepening your relaxation and release. Any stress, concerns that you've been holding there, let them melt off you like warm coconut oil to pool below you, where you are above your concerns, a radiant, divine being of eternal nature. And as the light continues down, covering your lungs and your heart, take a moment to become aware of the gratitude that you have for just being able to breathe, to experience, to recognize life around you, to be the leading edge of the river of generations of your ancestors, who have all lived their lives, fought their struggles, overcome challenges, and loved, to allow you the perfect representation of that which you are to be now. As the light continues down below your lungs into your diaphragm, through your biceps, into the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, where I am. As that energy centers open, you become aware of you, that which you are, a facet on the divine gem of the infinite creator, an expression unique and beautiful and perfect of the infinite creator, separating itself into infinite forms to better understand the universe and itself through love's longing for itself. A complete and coherent being whose stresses are relieved, whose tensions are relieved, whose presence is dignified. As the light continues south to fill your elbows and your belly, releasing any tension in your belly, allowing that energy center to open, creativity, striving, desire, yearning, in a healthy and beautiful, balanced way. The creative energy life force is opening within you, sending impulses, structuring your DNA, structuring the cells that are created to more perfectly draw forth the experiences of your life, your song, your story, into perfect balance. A being full of light and coherent gnosis, who speaks the language of the soul through love and compassion. As the light continues down to your hips and your root, you become aware of your presence as part of the human family, a true family, a soul family, exploring, learning, experiencing safety and comfort with those of you who are here. As the light continues down, filling your thighs and your knees, your shins and your ankles, all the way to your heels and to the tips of your toes. Any last stress melting off of you into a pool below you. Your body filled with radiant warmth, coherent, structured intelligence, coherent, localized consciousness.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
An entity of divine understanding and balance, full of radiant light and compassion, warmth, and presence. Take a moment to be aware of the stillness and the peace. We will begin the breathing. We will inhale a spiraling energy system of piezoelectric earth energy up through our spine as a tornado through all of these opened energy centers. And the full inhale, we will hold it, becoming aware of the stillness and the greater atomic structure around us that we swim within. And then with the exhale, a spiraling water fountain of light, structuring your auric field as a magnet would organize iron filings. So too will you structure the atomic energies in the cells of the air, the nitrogen and oxygen around you, into greater coherence to increase the capacity for life force energy to flow through you. And on the complete exhale, we will hold it, deepening our stillness and awareness of this greater reality around us. Inhale and hold it. Exhale, spiraling the energy, increasing the coherence of our life force around us, and hold it. Inhale, draw the energies up through your root from the earth, through your body, increasing the light, and hold it. Aware of the stillness of creation, and exhale the spiraling water fountain of light, increasing the coherence of your magnetic field, and hold it. Inhale, aware of the life force within our bodies, increasing, and hold it. Exhale, aware of the atoms around you as part of your greater being, and hold it. At peace in the stillness, inhale the energy up from the earth, spiraling through your spine, increasing the light within, and hold it. Exhale, spiral and cover your auric field with this new energy, increasing your coherence in the field of reality, and hold it. Floating in the cosmos, inhale the energy up, structure and hold it. At stillness, and exhale, increasing the capacity of coherence of our cellular structure. And breathe comfortably in this place of awareness and stillness. Imagine the electric field of the earth engaging with your own and spiraling through you, and like a water fountain or a tree losing leaves, dropping it through your auric field. The atoms and the molecules of the air around you in structured geometric forms, holding your memories, your feelings, your subtle senses. When a long-lost friend calls you, it appears here in this field. The greater you are able to feel and see this space, the more clairvoyant and aware of the field around you you become, moving through the subtle bodies and the atomic fields of structured information, trusting your sixth sense is no more than being able to structure and understand the field around you as an extension of your being. And as you are aware of this space around you and the structure and formation of these atoms and molecules, like iron filings around a magnet, become aware of the room that you are in, comprised of billions of molecules, trillions of atoms, formed in electromagnetic structures that create form and function. A building, whether it is a home or an apartment, that has housed you and your life force and your story, held your song, and in the same way that the stories of your life are structured within the cells of your being and the molecules of air around you, so too are the emotions and memories, like tracks in the sand at the beach, left on this place that you call home, this building of yours. Become aware of the billions of molecules that form it. Become aware of the tiny, minuscule traction that all of these emotions and stories of yours have left indelibly on the walls and the air. It is alive and it is holding you. It is you. As you love it and those around you, so too does your understanding and identification of those materials become part of your being. That is to say, your being increases with your capacity for love, and your ability to know increases as your ability to capacity for love increases. Become aware of the molecules of the building and the air around you as part of yourself, and increase your size and magnification to encompass those things, this state of awareness. Float up and above the building that you are in, aware of the history of it, aware of the forest or the city or the town within which it is located, of the billions and trillions of atoms and molecules forming the field of information that you call reality around you, the song of creation of which you are a part. Become aware of the life forms, the insects, the winged ones, the four-legged ones, the two-legged ones, their songs, their stories, their histories, formulated into unaccounted for formulations and structures of manifest form. Human beings, birds, the divine infinite symphony expressing itself in this place that you call here and now. Increase your size and magnification until you are floating above this town or this city or this forest, and all of the billions of life forms, and plants, molecules, a sea of undulating information, deconstructed from that which you call life into a pure essence of song, creation expressing itself in myriad forms. A song greater than your own, of which you are a part. Untold stories unfolding in countless ways around you. Increase your size and magnification until you are floating up above this town, this city, this county, this state. Perhaps millions of life forms, countless animals, countless plants, water, humans, history unfolding in a beautiful symphony of creation, of which you, a pure and beautiful note, are a part. Increase your size and magnification until you are floating above the nation of which you are part. The history of that nation, the story, the song of that nation, comprised of infinite and countless formations of life, birds and animals and plants and rivers and people, throughout the story of our civilization, growing and striving, unfolding, enchanting, a song in the song of creation. Your part in the history of this place. Increase your size and magnification until you are floating at the edges of the Earth's atmosphere, aware of those angelic guardians who grace this place with their presence, watching over, inspiring, guiding, teaching, protecting. These angels are aware of your presence and are grateful. Yours a soul of earnest, heartfelt striving, innocence, like a child exploring the cosmos, gracing it with your love and your attention. Be aware of the others on this journey with you. Each lights like brilliant candles surrounding the globe in a beautiful web of intention and longing for balance and truth. Become aware of a light from you to each one of these souls, and from each of these souls to one another and to you. A web of compassion and truth, a web of earnest, heartfelt striving, of innocence and longing for beauty, for peace, for health, for well-being. This web of power between you, a framework, an architecture of light and structure like the atoms around your body, containing information, a gnosis, the beginnings of something great on this planet. Let it radiate down from you to the surface and below, to all of the beings below. May they be blessed and know peace. May they be blessed and know love. May they be blessed and know well-being. In gratitude and in service, we explore. As you increase your size and magnification, you become aware of the moon and its history, its journey throughout the cosmos, its purpose, balancing this planet, providing light in the night, the reflection of the truth of the universe. As we increase our size and magnification, you become aware of the spheres of this system, the planets, each a logos, a consciousness of its own, comprised of trillions of cells, trillions of atoms, formulations of history throughout the eons, each with their own life force and consciousness, expressions of consciousness and histories, each a song in the grand symphony of creation, each an expression of the infinite creator in its unique place in song. Become aware of the entirety of the solar system, including the sun, the soul, comprised of infinite souls, churning life into existence, creating atoms within which we bathe ourselves, within which we clothe ourselves, within which we experience ourselves. A sea of light and information, a radiating, beautiful symphony of creation, ever giving, ever bountiful, ever exploring, connected to the central sun of this galaxy. As you increase your size and magnification, the solar system shrinks into a pinprick of light, and you are surrounded by other pinpricks of light, thousands of lights, glittering in the night sky, in the space of this place, each one a symphony of its own, a soul of its own, with infinite explorations of manifest form, trillions of years of history, each one a consciousness comprised of consciousnesses, life forms and civilizations which have come and gone, planets which have formed and disappeared, boundless awareness and exploration, unfolding symphonies of creation. As you increase your size and magnification, you find yourself floating above the Milky Way galaxy, spiraling through this sector of space, comprised of billions of solar systems, trillions of life forms, infinite unfolding manifest forms, each expressing a part of the infinite creator, of which you are a part, a grand symphony of unbounded potential and exploration, spiraling through the symphony of creation. The central suns of the central galaxy, with civilizations more ancient than our own sun, boundless expressions and explorations of light beings and consciousnesses, each fractal facets of the same gem, the infinite creator. As you increase your size and magnification, you are aware of other galaxies, each with their own song, each with their own infinite fractals of levels of conscious awareness and life forms and civilizations and rocks and gases, spiraling through this universe of creation, a dream of the infinite creator. As you increase your size and magnification, each of these galaxies coalesce into one shining star. And you are aware that that is the central part of an atom, and you are floating within the atom's structure. Infinite universe comprised in this little atom. As you increase your size and magnification, you are aware that this atom is connected with another through vast distances. And those atoms coalesce to form a molecule. And that atom has its own universe. And the other atoms in this molecule, each their own infinite universes, with unbounded potential in infinite star systems, exploding life into creation, into manifestation, infinite probabilities in each universe. Uncounted civilizations and life forces, in the same way that an atom can explode with the atomic structure of a brilliant atomic bomb, so too does each atom hold unbounded life forms. Infinite civilizations and star systems churning within each atom, within each molecule, within each cell of your being. Where you sit now, present and aware in your physical body, again, aware of the density of life within each atom of your own body, created by the star, clothing the divine infinite creator in this place that you call here and now, as this being that you call I. Your vessel, churning with infinite years, with infinite star systems, unbounded potential of infinite civilizations, and the ancestry of your lineages from all of these places, carried within the cells of your being, bathed in the warm glow of the infinite creator. A light being of unbounded potential, increasing the density of your comprehension of what you are, that you may walk forth in this world with power, with dignity, with the true knowledge and gnosis of your eternal nature. Forever it has been, and forever it will be. And so it is. Aho.
Aho.
We will be creating magic. Let's go.
Yay!
Oh, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If anybody has anything they want to say about that or anything they experienced during that meditation, please feel free to share it with us.
My heart was only exploding. No big deal.
No big deal. Well, thank you.
I just felt my whole body just enlivened and energized, and it was just a wonderful, empowering feeling. So thank you.
Good. I'm glad. Thank you so much. This will be on live for YouTube and for posterity, so that 100 years from now or more, they look back and say, how did this start? And they'll find these. And they'll say, wow, our ancestors were kind of funny folks.
Bunch of weirdos, right?
There you go. All right, everybody, have a beautiful week. And I'll see you next week, hopefully.
Bye.